Jai Shri Ram. Jai Jai Shri Ram. On Sri Ram Navami day, what can we learn and what should we learn from Sri Rama? I think one of the most important things we must learn is how to enhance and nourish our emotional intelligence. Because if you study Rama's personality, he was a master of emotional intelligence. What is emotional intelligence? Well, it involves many things like self awareness, self control, uh, and flexibility, being self motivated, having initiative, high frustration tolerance, able to judge others, able to ingita jnanam, that is the Sanskrit word. In Telugu, ingita jnanam means common sense, but in Sanskrit, ingita jnanam means understanding the state of mind of the other person. The state of mind, empathizing by observing the facial expressions, the body language, choice of words, and everything, and making an accurate assessment of the state of mind of that person and empathizing, respecting feelings. You may not feel so, but that does not mean you should condemn that feeling. Respecting the feeling of the other person, that's equally important. Feelings are more important than facts, actually. Please listen carefully and remember, feelings are more important than facts. So, empathy and being self motivated, I think I said that, energy level, and being persuasive, being able to convince people, using the art of rhetoric, logos, pathos, ethos. Logos is the reasoning, pathos is the ability to arouse a certain emotion in the listener, ethos is your credibility. When you can quote from Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, and great thinkers and philosophers, so if you are able to cite such great scholars uh, on issues on which you are talking about, and if you are qualified, well, just because you have a couple of degrees, that doesn't enhance your credibility, but that does add to a certain extent. If a man has many degrees, but when he opens his mouth, you can make out he's an idiot. On the contrary, a person may not have any qualifications, PhDs, but when he speaks, he can go on and we can listen for hours together. That is knowledge. So, this capacity to persuade the listener using the art of rhetoric, the art of public speaking, Vak Shakti, Vak Chaturyam, Vak Siddhi. Vak Siddhi is, when a great yogi says something, that becomes true because he has been practicing speaking the truth over such an extensive period of time, and he has undertaken ghora tapasya. So this Shakti will develop, this Siddhi, this magical power, and if they say something, then that is likely to happen. Therefore, never annoy, never disturb, perturb, anger them, never incense them. INCENSE, incense. To incense somebody means to anger them. That is why when face to face with a holy man, Naga Sadhu, or such people are there, never anger them, because in fact never anger anybody. You never know in what form these people might come, and if they get angry and utter something, then it will work to your pain and misery. So, tolerance, all these things come under emotional intelligence. So, Rama displayed. Rama's Know Your Rama is a poster I created, which is very popular, which has gone abroad also. And Know Your Rama, I listed many qualities of Rama which I culled from the Ramayanam. And so you can take a poster. In fact, I made a recording on that also on YouTube. Know Your Rama. Please type out Know Your Rama Krupa Shankar, you will get it. So, about Rama, please undertake some basic self analysis, and then you can enhance your leadership attributes. Because the concept of emotional intelligence is not new to us Hindus. Right? The Vedas in many suktas mention how we should. Manya Suktam is also there. So, Manya Suktam is the strength of the mind, the ability to control the mind, and the ability to express anger at the right time, righteous anger. Manya Suktam is all about righteous anger, justified anger. See, in other religions, these cults, They say that wrath is a vice, WRATH, means anger. And if you look at their holy books, these holy books are full of wrath. That is their hypocrisy. Because these two cults, they believe that all infidels will go to eternal hell and only they will go to heaven by following a book which is full of lechery, butchery, treachery and absurdities. And if you criticize, they get angry. And then they will tell you that wrath is a vice. This is the ultimate joke. Whereas Sanatana Dharma, Hinduism, Vedas will tell you that yes, Krodha is a vice. But there is something, a counterpart of Krodha, which is Manyu. Manyu means justified anger, righteous anger. If you don't get angry when adharma is being perpetrated, a crime is being committed, and in case if it is being committed in your presence and still you are watching it like a bystander, like Manmohan Singh, then it is a really pitiable state. I do not know whether you are entitled to call yourself a human being if you are incapable of anger in such a situation. Righteous anger, justified anger is a virtue. So in these two cults, they simply condemn wholesale that all anger is a vice, wrath is a vice, and they themselves, their holy books are full of anger. Anger for the infidel. Infidels are called extremely derogatory names like pagan, heathen, gentile, kafir, kuffar, and mushrik. All these words are insulting, pejoratives, derogatory, and they are trying to preach to us. We understand better. Anger is also good, knowing when to get angry. In fact, in Rama's case, it is said in the Ramayana, Krodham aharamasya, rosham aharamasya. Now, what it means is in this Sanskrit is sometimes quite complex. Aharam is food. So Rama takes anger, just as he would pick up his sword if he had to go to battle. If I have to go to battle, I have to pick up my sword. Similarly, when a situation demands, I can pick up my anger, as if anger is a kind of sword lying there. That means I get angry when I find that the situation demands me to get angry. Not that I am angry per se. I am not angry. Deep down I am calm. I am in the eye of the storm. I am not angry. But I will pretend to be extremely angry. Because in that situation, if anger is not displayed, some idiot will get away with a murder, get away with a crime, or some fool will not follow rules. So anger is to be used like a tool, and Rama does exactly that. Krodham maharamasya, rosham maharamasya. So rosham is a kind of krodham which is activated when one's dignity is offended or when some adharma is being committed with impunity. Then you get terribly angry. So now let us try to take a small questionnaire, ask ourselves a few questions. You see, emotional intelligence is the degree to which we are able to understand our emotions, recognize our emotions, know the value of emotions, not deny emotions. People are very fond of saying, I am not angry, I am not upset. From that you can find out the bloody fool is upset, but he is denying it. So, able to empathize with oneself and able to empathize with others, and be resilient in the face of obstacles. Don't get depressed, don't get crushed. Things come and go. Matra sparshastu kaunteya sitoshna sukha dukkada agamapaino nityam tam stitikshasva bharata. Develop fortitude and forbearance. Tolerate. Be persistent. Don't give up. Tenacity. Doggedness. Not giving up at all. Continuously working. So much so that even if in this Janma you don't get the opportunities, rest assured you will get the opportunity in the next Janma. So, just as you see, a cow cannot stop giving milk unless it, after a period of time. A cow cannot become an uncow. Uncow. A tiger cannot become a tiger cannot become a cow cannot become a tiger. So a sandalwood tree will yield perfume. It cannot not yield perfume. So that is how we are. Um, so be well motivated. Initiative. Initiative means being self motivated. And impulse control. See, there are people who become criminals because they have this impulse control disorder. Impulse control disorder and instability, borderline personality disorders. All these things, you see, almost all emotions, all crimes are committed because of uncontrolled emotions in the heat of the passion. And some cold blooded, calculative criminals are also there, psychopaths who have no conscience. No conscience. Psychopaths are intelligent, manipulative, very cunning, no conscience, and they will go about committing crimes. So, all kinds of things. Of course, psychopathy has no cure. Psychiatric disorders can be cured, but psychopathy cannot be cured. So our self-awareness and all these things. So let us ask ourselves a few questions under each category. Self-awareness, let us see. Are you aware of the effects of your behavior on others? Think about it. And have you made a realistic assessment of your abilities? SWOT analysis. Johari window. Use Johari window. And SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. Make a realistic assessment of your abilities. Don't indulge in bravado. 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 Show of bravery. We are all fond of doing that. Oh, get rid of that nonsense. And are you able to acknowledge your moods? If you are angry, realize you are angry. So if you are angry, you must know that you are angry and admit that you are angry. Feelings are important. Don't suppress feelings. Don't ignore feelings. Feelings are a way in which our mind is trying to tell us something, actually, something very deep, which unfortunately may not be accessible to the conscious mind, to the rational mind. Therefore, feelings are equally important. Don't ignore and suppress feelings, and know what to do with feelings. Examine feelings, analyze feelings. Don't suppress them. And negative emotions, you should actually sublimate them. Don't indulge in catharsis. Catharsis is ventilation, displacement reaction. So catharsis is considered bad. But the counterpart of catharsis is sublimation. If you're very angry, take up a jhadu and clean the street in front of your house. So sublimation simply means channelizing the negative energy into socially useful activity. Okay. So, and also you must know, do you know how to change your mood? See, most people don't know how to change their moods. They get stuck in a bad mood. The simple solution is a little physical exercise, vigorous exercise. That's why I keep a lot of dumbbells, 2 kilo dumbbells, 2 kg. 2 kg, small, that's very good. 2 kg dumbbells is my most favorite dumbbell because we can do lots of exercises, calisthenics along with dumbbells. You can swing your hands, move them in all directions, do all kinds of vigorous exercises with a pair of 2 kilo dumbbells, 2 kg only. That's my favorite. 3 kilo dumbbell also you must have one set. 4 kilo dumbbell, 5 kilo dumbbell, and 10 kilo dumbbell. I have even 20 kilo dumbbell. So a whole set of dumbbells, get a stand and put them. They are very useful. You must never go to a gym. You must have a gym in your house, especially very close to your bedroom or within the bedroom. Because as soon as you get up, you can stretch. You can do a few dumbbell sets. This is how, when you incorporate exercise into your daily life, you will become like Sri Krishna, fit, perfectly fit. Okay, but when you pay to a gym and you have to go there, you will end up paying a lot of money. And don't ever hire a trainer. If at all, let us say there is a good gym just beside your house. Don't go daily also. I always tell young people, if you go daily, then you will atrophy. Your muscles will atrophy. They will waste away. Kshininjipotai. You must allow muscle to take rest, and the next day you should actually eat so that you develop a muscle mass. So hypertrophy must be induced. You must blitz the muscle. That means you must do workouts very fast before the muscle starts complaining. Before the muscle even realizes that it is tired, you should finish the workout. That means your rapid repetitions, very fast, blitzing the muscle. Blitz. Blitz means lightning. Sales blitz. That means in a particular area, sales reps continuously go and knock on doors repeatedly, 4 or 5 times. I mean, different teams will come and knock. So that's a sales blitz, so that mind space can be occupied. Blitzkrieg, lightning warfare, like Shivaji. In the Second World War, Hitler started the blitzkrieg, lightning warfare, ambush, bushwhack, melee, sudden surprise attack, raid and run, and come back and raid again, run. Before the enemy realizes what has happened, he gets hit so badly and devastated. So, all this I am telling you actually is the best way, the fastest way to change your mood is to do a little vigorous exercise, because as soon as you do a little exercise, you see, mood elevators, endorphins get released in the body. Within minutes you will feel elevated. Your mood will improve. Our moods improve when there is dopamine. Dopamine is a mood elevator. Little exercise produces dopamine. Oxytocin. Oxytocin also increases the feelings of love and all that. So all these positive emotions you can freely, it is free, just work out. Keep some dumbbells, a chest press. I have a chest press. That's my favorite equipment, because you can sit comfortably as if you are sitting on an office in your office chair, or a throne for that matter. And 60, 70, 80, 100 kilos you can easily pump very fast. Chest press is the best. Honestly, though I love it, I think it is good for anyone and everyone, because most of the stress in our lives is captured, and it gets localized in the upper part of the body, in the chest. When you work out on a chest press, you feel immediately very light. All the stress gets released. That's a kind of catharsis, ventilation, which is harmless. Okay, sublimation is the right word. When you channelize negative energy into some socially useful activity. So knowing how to change your mood. Foolish people think that they should take a drink, alcohol or a beer. Now this is a downward spiral. It becomes addictive, and then, because alcohol is a primary, progressive and terminal disease. Avoid alcohol. Do not try it out, because lives have been destroyed. Great geniuses have destroyed themselves because they could not control alcohol. Alcoholism is a primary, progressive and terminal disease. Please, life is the greatest binge. Binge on life. Don't be a binge drinker. People who go on binging, they are worse than regular alcoholics. Okay, so binge shopping, binge eating, anorexia nervosa, bulimia, all these binges are dangerous. The best binge is life. And how do you binge on life? By learning as many things as possible. Every day keep learning, keep singing, keep dancing. Follow Krishna. He will teach you how to binge on life. There is no need for any narcotic. Okay. Then do you recognize that your feelings are valuable? Don't brush aside your feelings. If somebody is feeling upset, there must be good reason why they are feeling upset. And even if you know why they are upset, and even if you think that that is being immature, don't tell them so, because you don't understand how they feel. So empathy is so important. At a later time you can discuss and calm the person down. Value feelings. And your self-confidence next. Your self-confidence, is it well judged or inflated? Are you able to control your emotions? Are you able to prevent suppressing feelings when it is actually more appropriate that you express them? I do this, when I have made a pact with myself. I will not allow anybody to use my mind as their dustbin. You see, because our ears are always open. Eh? We cannot. We can close our eyes, we can close our mouth, but ears are kept open. So many people, intrude on our privacy. Or even if we allow them, they get into our circle, inner circle, and then start conversations about things that are actually trash talkers, I call them. So they will talk about, in any conversation you will find that conversation will revolve around food, or females, or boys, or complaining about how this generation has become so bad and degenerated, and or their addiction to the cell phone, or movies, or about clothes, about jewels or patuchira silk saris, or about petty politics, about how somebody behaved like this, and or about some irrelevant gossip. Flibberty gibbets, people have become airheads, fond of gossiping all the time. Flibbertygibet. Flibberty gibbet means a person who is fond of gossiping, a gossip, tattletale. So they will come and throw dust into your mind. They are using your mind, our mind, as the dustbin. In fact, the other day I had to tell my own father, because he was talking about something unconnected. So I told him, please, daddy. I don't call him daddy anyway. Daddy and mummy is a stupid term. Nana, Nanagaru, Amma, Mataji, Pitaji, Ma. So stop using daddy. Because I am telling you this, I just use the word daddy, though I don't call I call my dad Nanagaru. Yeah, my kids call me Nana. That's fine. Okay. So please don't mummies should be in a museum. Mummies are basically dead bodies which have been cleaned up, and formaldehyde is used. They are embalmed and preserved, because the Egyptian idiots thought that the body has to be preserved, and they kept all other things, so that in the other world also this rascal will enjoy things of this world. If there is another world, it must have things of its own, isn't it? No idiot told them, and these idiots built huge pyramids. They used all their wealth to create big tombs. That is why their civilization has been wiped out. Okay, బొందలు కట్టుకోవడానికి డబ్బంతా పెట్టి బొంద కట్టుకున్న వాడి కల్చర్ బొందలోనికి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది అది. సో ఎనీవే, సో డోంట్ లెట్ పీపుల్ యూజ్ యువర్ mind as a dustbin. You must politely caution them, please, I'm not interested in this discussion. Ask them, why are you telling me this? It's a very nice question to ask. I have asked many people, I suddenly ask them, hey, why are you telling me this? The reaction is very, very enjoyable. Some people get seriously offended, but some people realize, yes, the question is valid. Why am I telling this fellow this? You're wasting my time, damn it. I tell people honestly, in my Gitalayam, my study room, I call it Gitalayam, I have a laminate on which it is written with a boy putting a finger to his lips and saying, shh, silence. Please avoid prajalpa. One should avoid prajalpa. Prajalpa means gossip, talking about mundane matters unrelated to Krishna. So I tell them, please do Rama Charcha, Krishna Charcha, or Dharma Charcha, but no prajalpa. Prajalpa is not allowed in my room. Prajalpa means gossip, because I don't want anybody to use my mind as their dustbin. And unfortunately, most people are themselves using their mind as a dustbin. Aharam does not mean only food that you eat. Aharam is all the inputs that you take into your senses. They are all called aharam. So control what goes into your ears also. So know when to express feelings and know when not to. And self-regulation. Are you conscientious, dutiful? Have you a strong sense of moral compass and moral obligation about fulfilling obligations, helping others, collaborating, and realizing group objectives? Are you able to control your impulses? Are you able to delay gratification? The capacity to delay gratification is the highest indication of emotional intelligence. Are you able to organize your work and time effectively? Stephen R. Covey's time management matrix is very useful in this. Stephen R. Covey's time management matrix. Broadly, if you want me to summarize, important, urgent. There are 4 quadrants. Important and urgent, these are matters which we must attend immediately. Like suppose I am a lecturer, I am a GRE verbal teacher. So at a particular time in the morning at 7 o'clock every day, I have a class. So that's important and urgent. I have to do it. There's no question of delegating it to anybody. So actually my success depends a lot on this. In fact, everything depends. My success completely depends on this quadrant, important and urgent. But much more important than this quadrant is actually the important but not urgent quadrant, which is what everyone neglects. Important but not urgent. What is that? In our free time, we must study more. Suppose I am a GRE verbal teacher. I have bought virtually every book on GRE available in the market, on the net, or PDFs. I have downloaded PDFs, taken printouts, read them inside out. I have a huge collection on GRE. In fact, I can confidently tell you that I am probably the best GRE verbal teacher, at least in Hyderabad, if not in India. So, why am I telling you this now? That is important but not urgent. And since it is not urgent, people don't, they keep postponing. In your area of specialization, in your calling, you must strive to be the best. 10,000 hours of practice is necessary. So this is the quadrant which is actually more important than the first quadrant, because the quality of work that you produce in the first quadrant depends on what you are doing in the second quadrant, which is important but not urgent. There are many things which are important but not urgent, and because they are not urgent, we ignore them, postpone them, and as a result, the quality of work we produce in the first quadrant, which is important and urgent, that gets diminished. The next two quadrants are not important but urgent. These should be delegated. They are not important, but they are urgent. There are so many tasks. People come, పాల వాడొస్తాడు పాలు తీసుకోవాలి, or గ్యాస్ వాడొస్తాడు గ్యాస్ తీసుకోవాలి, or electricity bill, or some emails have to be answered. So many things which are urgent but not important. And because they are urgent, you have to attend. But if you attend, then there is a problem. Because you, as a batsman, or as a bowler, as a scientist, or as a doctor, or as an engineer, or as a GRE and Gita teacher, I fancy myself as a Gita Pracharak. Of course, I have been giving talks, but I don't claim to be a great scholar of Gita or anything, because I am constantly learning. Every day Krishna teaches me something new. So in this quadrant of urgent but not important, delegate it. Let somebody else handle this. In your organization, you must delegate everything which can be done by somebody else. Do only that which nobody can do. Like for example, GRE verbal class, nobody can do the way I do. That means the way I teach. So all my time and energy should be focused only on this, because this is the main activity that leads to success and generation of wealth. Everything else should be delegated. You don't let the elephant do the work of a Pomeranian or a donkey. So the elephant has to do its work, the donkey has to do its work. Don't delegate, and don't sort of ask the elephant to do. I mean, it's a crude analogy anyway, I hope you understood. So then the last one is the worst. Not important, not urgent. And people waste all their time in these areas. People go to birthday parties, marriage parties, they go to funerals, they meet people, chat, social media, useless gossiping, messaging, Instagram, YouTube, God knows what, yeah. Shopping, continuously shopping, buying things that they don't need with the money that they don't have to impress people whom they don't actually like. It's a nuisance, really. Snobbery is such a pain. So, not important, not urgent, completely eliminate it. Please eliminate this nonsense from your life. Only then you can become somebody great like Kohli, or Tendulkar, or Albert Einstein, or Swami Vivekananda, or Narendra Damodar Das Modi. Look at that man. Oh my God. He's such an inspiration. He is my lode star, Lodestar. Lode star means a guiding light, a person who is an inspiration. An inspiration is called a lode star. Okay. So now I talked about Stephen R. Covey's time management matrix. Next, let us see what else we have to examine. Ah, did you organize? Do you organize your work and time effectively? There must be a method in the madness, okay? Hmm. Time management. Time management, very simple. Do only those things which you can do and focus sharply on your calling. Try to become the best in your area. 10,000 hours of practice. Michael Phelps got 8 gold medals in Beijing Olympics. He was asked how. He said 10,000 hours of practice. 8 gold medals. His career haul, I think, is 23 Olympic gold. And if you take the other gold medals in other contests, then it is the number is, I don't remember, maybe some 50, 60. Just Olympic gold medals, I think his career haul is 23 or 22. And he said 10,000 hours of practice I did, that's why I have achieved. In fact, that is a theory. 10,000 hours of practice is what you should do in order to become a world champion in any area. Okay. So next, being adaptable, flexible, roll with the punches. Roll with the punches. That means don't let anything disturb you so badly. Absorb the stress. Work out. Find your hobbies which will act as sublimation. Enjoy new experiences. Be open to variety. Experiment. Open to new ideas. Enjoy talking to people. Enjoy learning from people, especially those who are different. We have a natural tendency to hate people who think differently. But no, that's a lousy, stupid attitude, immature attitude. If somebody believes in something which I think is wrong or different, I am very curious to examine, because maybe that person can convince me. I am very clear on what is right and wrong, but I just want to see. Maybe I can convince him and make a positive change in his life. So my presence should be like a watershed in that person's life. Watershed means a crucial turning point. Okay. And motivation next. Are you able to pursue your objectives with energy and enthusiasm? Is it diminishing? Do you have this initiative? Self-motivated. Initiative means self-motivated. Strong drive. How driven are you? How intense are you? And how optimistic are you? And resilience. Are you persistent? And are you resourceful? Do you use your resources to the fullest extent, optimizing the usage of resources? Resourceful does not mean having all resources. Doing what you can best do with what you already have. Make do, do without. Use it up, make do, or do without. Use it up, make do, or do without. Okay, with the resources. Are you persistent when you are face to face with very annoying obstacles, irritations, obstructions? Next, are you optimistic about the future? Great goals. What is your great, big, magnificent obsession? What is your magnificent obsession? Coping mechanisms. How do you cope with tension, stress? Physical exercise, listening to music, singing karaoke, dancing, doing yoga, working out. Have a close. I told you, get yourself a chest press, a leg press, and a couple of dumbbells, a twister and a jogger if you can also. Small 4-5 equipments in a small area. If you see my gym, it's in a very small area, and it takes me just 10 minutes to completely touch all of them, and I am ready, fully charged with dopamine. Free dopamine. Dopamine is free. Endorphins, mood elevators. Next. So keep yourself physically fit and mentally fit. Mental hygiene. Okay. Study Bhagavad Gita. Any other. Honestly, I'm telling you, all other religions are bosh. Because I've read their holy books, they are trash. I won't name them. You can understand. I don't have to name them also. Only Sanatan Dharma, only Bhagavad Gita will save you. And then relationships, unconditional positive regard. Treat every person with respect, because Rama is there in everyone. They should not even hesitate to touch anybody's feet, because you are not. You see, the Atma has no age. The body has age. Somebody could be physically younger than me, but the Atmas, Jivatmas are eternal. We are all eternal companions of Krishna. That's what the Veda says. Dva Suparna Savija Sakhaya. Samanam Vruksham Parishasvajate Tayoranya Pipalam Swadvati Anashnananyo Abhichakashiti. So, unconditional positive regard, respect for everyone. Are you at ease socially? Can you deliver a talk comfortably? Are you ever prepared for an impromptu speech? Are you constantly reading, absorbing, learning? Are you self assured, confident? Do you respond with warmth in others? Look at Rama's gunas. Smita Purvabhibhashi. He smiles, puts on a pleasant smile before he starts speaking. Purvabhashi. That means he will not, bother about the protocol. In fact, the other person has to do first namaste, and then, that is how it is. Human relationships, there is always a pecking order, hierarchy. For example, in your college, you must first wish the principal or lecturer, and then he will say good morning. It's not the other way around. Can a lecturer say good morning to you first, and then you say good morning? No. In fact, if he does, then that is sarcasm. But Rama, he does that. Rama greets the other person irrespective of that other person's stature or status or whatever rank in life. That is true humility. He is not putting on a pretense. Okay? Purvabhashi, Mitabhashi, Hitabhashi, Madhurabhashi, Priyamvada. He doesn't go on chattering. These people are so annoying. They chatter continuously on topics which are completely extraneous to the entire discussion. Okay, and are you able to build trust? Do you communicate clearly with ease? And then do you have this empathy in order to see the world from their perspective? And are you aware of the social nuances? Are you sensitive towards the feelings of others? Sensibilities. Sensibility means sensitivity to other feelings. Don't. You see, that rascal Amir Khan produced that PK movie, and he was, insulting Hinduism left, right, and center. And he thinks he's a great actor. This is utter lack of sensibility. If we Hindus start, ridiculing them, I do not know what will happen. They will only go for our neck then. Sartan se juda. So lack of sensibility means refined sensibilities. Sensibility means high taste, a very refined taste. That's one meaning. Sensibility also means sensitivity to the feelings of others and the sentiments of others. We worship Gaumata, these rascals want to slaughter Gaumata and eat. Even if you don't agree with me that I worship Gaumata, since you are in a country where the majority are Hindus, Pakistan was created on the name of religion, and Muslims or others who wanted to stay back should have the minimum courtesy to respect our sentiment. And they want to slaughter cows in the middle of the road. Now this kind of behavior will create such a gulf. You can never have a proper relationship. Never. It's not possible. You cannot shake hands with a closed fist. Okay, this is the problem. And on top of it, they say that, anyway, let's not get into this discussion now. So learn to respect other people's sentiments. Unless the sentiment is itself a criminal sentiment. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So anything human will affect me. Therefore, if there is anything that pertains to any human, I will fight against it if I find that it is not conducive to human welfare or happiness. Next, do you display commitment to others by getting on with the job, helping, joining, offering ideas, solutions, being enthusiastic, motivating others? Do you seek feedback from others about your performance? And do you get defensive when somebody gives feedback? Are you open to feedback, constructive criticism? In fact, destructive criticism is also all right. And don't get bothered by that. Can you make things happen in a forceful but sensitive way? Are you lively, responsive in any relationship? How lively and responsive? Do you take people for granted? Are you energized by new challenges? Are you looking for something new? Hmm? And can you maintain the impetus with others on relatively routine activities? You must work to make every relationship successful. Don't take any relationship for granted, even in marriage. And nothing, nobody can be taken for granted. You have to constantly to work to ensure that the relationship is vibrant. And then persuasiveness. Do you make a good impression on others? Do you dress up in the right way? Do you wear the right expressions? Or are you smiling in a sarcastic way? Change your smile, get some smile training, and use positive words, power vocabulary. Words are so important. If you are always in the habit of using wrong words, negative words, then you will make a negative impression. Learn positive words, good words. Are you good at seeking other people's points of view? Ask them. Before you express your view, find out what their view is. Can you offer ideas in a non-defensive fashion? Can you explain why you value something like the cow, for example, Gau Mata? Can you explain why you are a Hindu and why you are proud to be a Hindu and why others should learn to respect rather than because and also try to give a spiritual explanation. In fact, in everything in Hinduism, everything is deeply spiritual and most of the things are scientific also. Some things are purely philosophical and spiritual. So the sentiment is very important there. Even if there is no scientific angle to it, the word sentiment means a refined feeling. Whereas sentimental is a negative word. Sentimental means easily moved to tears, mawkish, melodramatic, maudlin, mushy, schmaltzy. Sentiment is a positive word, sentimental is a negative word. Don't be sentimental, but understand sentiments. How do you approach problem solving? Do you resort to brainstorming? Are you welcoming others' ideas, however weird they might be? Brainstorming. 6 thinking hats. So, problem solving. Life is nothing but a series of problems to be solved. And for that, do you collaborate with others? Can you influence others by setting the right example? Lokasangraham, Bhagavad Gita 320, 325. Check up the slokas. And finally, tolerance. Are you patient with their beliefs and values? As long as the belief and value is not a criminal one. If the belief itself is criminal, then you have to attack it. For example, I cannot tolerate bigotry of any kind. If a holy book is teaching lechery, butchery, treachery, bigotry, then I am going to condemn that holy book, and I know that you know which holy books I am talking about. You have not read them, I have read them. These 2 books are full of bigotry, lechery, butchery, treachery, and absurdities, utter unscientific garbage. So these 2 books, I don't have to name them, because if I name them now, I can get into some legal problems. So this is plausible deniability. I will say what I want to say, but if somebody says, is this what you said, I will deny it. Because we Hindus are third class citizens in our own country. While they can ridicule our gods, in fact abuse us every day, while we raise even the slightest question, we can get nupurd. You know what happened to Nupur Sharma? That's a new word I created. You will get nupurd, that you will have to go into hiding, go underground. This is what kind of a bloody ridiculous nation have we created? So you must know when to question and when to tolerate and be patient about beliefs and values. And are you fair minded about ideas and possibilities? Or are you very dictatorial, opinionated, stubborn? And do you communicate respect and regard, especially during a conflict? If there is an argument, conflict, and if there is a polarization, do you suddenly start using terms that are abusive? Please don't do that. Communicate respect and regard, unconditional positive regard, even during a conflict. Now I have said enough. All these things I have culled from Rama's behavior after my regular readings of Ramayana. So this is my humble submission to you all. This is my offering to Sri Rama, and hope Rama will bless me for making this humble offering on Sri Ram Navami. Jai Shri Ram.